It can play all of your #1 television applications like Netflix, Disney in addition to an BBC iPlayer, and even stream games by means of any semblance of Xbox Game Pass and Google Stadia. Samsung Television in addition to likewise empowers you to watch an immense scope of network programs free of charge, guaranteeing you get your day-to-day portion of Mythbusters. You can project your smartphone screen to the Samsung M8 monitor, or even use it to switch off your lights or change the settings of your indoor regulator because of similarity with SmartThings. In particular of all, however, the Samsung M8 is an extraordinary productivity-centered 4Kelvin monitor, equipped for turning into your fundamental work area PC show or an optional screen for your PC. In any case, with Samsung already sending off the similarly shrewd M7 monitor, does the new M8 accompany an adequate number of improvements to legitimize the excessive cost? Design: beautiful and moderate design. Little, yet valuable controller. Miserly contribution of ports. The Samsung M8 Shrewd Monitor is a great representation of the new moderate pattern that cutting-edge monitors have taken on. It has a slender bezel to draw all of the concentration to that beautiful 32 inches screen, while the stand underneath is smooth and utilitarian for all intents and purposes on Apple's iMac. Samsung has even been enlivened by Apple, presenting various variety choices that involve white, blue, green, and pink. I was sent the standard white model, yet even that looks tasteful and professional. I absolutely wouldn't call it exhausting. By and by, I think the design conveys a major redesign on the former Samsung M7 monitor, which sports a more customary rounded stand and is just accessible in dark. The M7 seems to be your typical PC monitor, while the new M8 is undeniably seriously striking. Samsung has even made the back look smooth, with a designed, finished finish that guarantees the M8 gets the attention from each point. Furthermore, you'll find speakers on each side of the monitor's back, which are equipped for conveying shockingly distinctly music. I've been shaking out to my Spotify playlists while working, with no inclination to go after my Bluetooth speaker. The M8 is not difficult to set up. With a solitary screw that requires fixing to gather the stand, the monitor fits properly with practically no quarrel. You can change the monitor's level by up to 12 centimeters by just pulling or pushing. In addition to you can likewise shift the screen advances or in reverse to find your most happy with survey point. I was disheartened that you can't turn the screen. Yet the monitor is light enough for you to get and point in your favorite heading. Simply be mindful so as not to scratch your work area. Samsung has redesigned the design of the package controller as well, making it altogether more modest so it doesn't jumble up your work area. Regardless of its more modest size, Samsung hasn't eliminated any valuable buttons. You actually get the home button, volume controls, and easy routes to applications like Netflix and Prime Video. As a matter of fact, Samsung has even added another Disney, in addition to easy route to stay aware of current review propensity. You'll see a microphone button in the upper right corner, which permits you to utilize voice orders to either Amazon Alexa or Samsung's own Bixby. I viewed this as valuable for rapidly exchanging among Netflix and PC mode, for instance, in spite of the fact that it's totally discretionary in the event that you'd like to stay with buttons. The remote can be re-energized through a USB-C association. In spite of the fact that Samsung doesn't determine the length of the battery duration, I expect it's extremely lengthy thinking about the effortlessness of the remote. Sadly, the actual monitor had no buttons, so you're reliant upon the remote to explore settings, or even power on the showcase. That implies you must be extremely tenacious about not losing this little remote. Screen, fresh and punch 4Kelvin picture quality. Preferable difference over Samsung M7 monitor. This is the mark on specs for gaming and content creation. The Samsung M8 Shrewd Monitor has a major 32 inches board with an exquisite, sharp 4Kelvin goal. I've watched a couple of episodes of Breaking Terrible on this monitor, and the punchy picture quality is wonderful. Indeed, even the home screen looks fabulous, on account of the great pixel thickness. Samsung has picked a VA board, nonetheless, and that implies seeing points aren't awesome. Recordings and pictures will look significantly better when seen straight on as opposed to from a point. Brilliance can likewise be turned up to 443 nits, which is serenely sufficiently high to counterbalance glare in brilliantly lit rooms. In any case, this isn't exactly adequately splendid to exploit the monitor's help for HDR10+. Serious gamers ought to likewise look somewhere else due to the prohibitive 60 Hz revive rate and absence of versatile sync support. It's fine to nonchalantly stream games from any semblance of Xbox Game Pass and Google Stadia. Yet Samsung's M8 won't engage those with a top-of-the-line gaming PC. Software and features. Runs on the Tizen working framework. Can download and run different streaming applications. Alexa and Bixby included for voice orders. The Samsung M8 is a snazzy monitor with an incredible 4Kelvin presentation. However, the savvy features truly make it stand apart from rivals. Fueled by Samsung's Tizen working framework, the M8 can work freely from a PC. There are countless television streaming applications accessible on the monitor, including Netflix, Prime Video, BBC iPlayer, Disney. Additionally, iTV Center, Apple TV Plus, each of the four in BritBox. There are 2 or 3 remarkable oversights, like Now and Foremost Television, yet the implicit internet browser guarantees you can in any case get to them on the off chance that you're quick to watch Westworld or South Park. Samsung Television, in addition to, is incorporated, which is a piece like Freeview, providing admittance to numerous stations by means of the web. You probably will not perceive any of the stations assuming you live in the UK, so don't anticipate ITV or Dave. Yet there are customized stations for any semblance of Mythbusters, American Symbol, and Teletubbies. Samsung has added a game mode in the settings, where you can support the monitor's reaction time or set the presentation to a 12:9 perspective proportion for a more extensive view. Yet, with the monitor's revive rate covered at 60 Hz, I actually don't suggest buying this monitor for anything past easygoing gaming. Samsung likewise permits you to project your smartphone to the monitor, in the event you need to look at your TikTok feed on a big screen. AirPlay is upheld for remotely associating your iPhone as well. What's more, obviously, connecting an associated link to your Windows PC or MacBook will empower you to involve the Samsung M8 as a subsequent screen. I saw this as exceptionally valuable for reviewing this audit, so I could watch out for sites and calculation sheets without leaving my statement archive. The incorporation of both Alexa and Bixby permit you to utilize voice orders, which worked faultlessly during testing. Furthermore, you might utilize the monitor to control Brilliant products with SmartThings support.